I want to thank you very much for sharing with us tonight. Whereas you said happiness relies on our pursuing one's values, would you agree that the reason that some Americans, or as you said, American culture has not been effective as happiness achievers is due to the fact that we have failed to identify or pursue a proper code of rational values? For example, the proverbial American dream conjures images which hold material prosperity as the ultimate value.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least a few things are going on in simply trying to understand or explain the phenomenon of people not being happy, even people who, gee, you'd think or you'd expect, given the level of material prosperity, don't we have the chance to really be happy here, right? And we're not. Well, again, if people aren't committed to the idea that they should be happy, and we're not. As a society, we are not at all. Because we're committed to the idea, at least we pay lip service to the idea, we're our brother's keeper. And it's kind of selfish, and you're not supposed to be selfish to care about your well-being, right? So, well, again, those two don't square. And to the extent that people try to square them, they're not going to really be going after their happiness or paying much serious attention to figuring out what their happiness consists in, right? Because altruism will supply what your end should be. Other people. Whatever other people need. Whatever other people need. That's just the automatic first dibs on your time and your attention. And the second dibs and the third dibs as well, right? So that whole orientation inclines us against seriously thinking about, really seriously engaging with that question, which it can be hard to answer. What's really going to make me happy? What are the big picture, most important feeders to that? But one or two other quick comments. I also think, your idea of, the American dream, right? Car of this, house of this size in the country or whatever it might be in the suburbs. Again, love material goods, but they're not the whole story. But I think that we sometimes, as a kind of default value, fall back on, well, the one thing that we share is money as a common currency, right? Because even Americans, even as I talk about the altruistic, sacrificial mindset, but look, people in our society, in America, they have different values. But, and the Baptists and the Buddhists and the atheists, I mean, they have some somewhat different values. But common vocabulary, common currency of value that, you can use in Chicago or in New York, whether you're buying a coffee or whether you're buying a car, is money. And in a sense, the very familiarity of money gives us an easy, ready way of measuring the value of things. And it's as if we just fall into using that as the only value or the primary value. And again, much as, money is an important, material well-being, a crucial part of a happy life, but only a part. And we need to think more about happiness and rational self-interest, full range, full gamut of values that go into that, others of which are social, others of which are personal, not so social, okay, but other kinds of fulfillment and enjoyment of different activities, right? Making a living not just to pay the bills or put breakfast on the table, but that's fun. We need to think more about that to then go after it and pursue it and not just fall back into the, well, money's an easy way to measure, so then we fall back into using that as if it were the only or the most important one.